I love being a part of this cast. It's ironic because I've cast Dennis Haysbert as a producer. I've cast him in 3 films. So this is amazing for us to get a chance to be in the same film as actors, and for me to play his son and for him to play my father. It's just amazing. And I had not known Mike and Alexa before this, and so I'm so grateful to get a chance to work with them and know them. And what's amazing is that you see, all of these great actors, and Lincoln, who plays Gustavo. I mean, you see all these great actors that come together for this story. And that is so important. I believe that each person in this film truly has a heart for what the movie's about. And that shows up in the performances. That shows up in our camaraderie. That shows up in how we even talk about the movie. And so it's a blessing for me to be able to share the screen with these dynamic actors and this incredible talent. And I'm just fortunate that they would include me to be a part of this. I haven't seen a film like this made before. And so it's important for me as a believer, and I've been in Hollywood since I was 18 years old. So it's been a very long time. And I can tell you, that faith-based content has come a long way, and we have a long way to go. And I think a movie like this is the type of movie we got to get behind and champion, because it has all the values that you would expect from a faith-based film, but at the same time, it has a cinematic quality to it that makes it feel as mainstream as any other film of its genre. So I really am excited about a film like this, because at the end of the day, as I mentioned before, people watch movies for entertainment. And I think that we can entertain and we can inspire. We can entertain and we can inform. And just because we may be informing or we may be doing a film that highlights faith doesn't mean it needs to be less than. This is a movie where you have great values and you have great production, value as well. And so I think that's important. And that's the beauty of storytelling. We have to remember that storytelling is our common language. And, if you go back to the Bible, how does it start? In the beginning, right? God created the heavens and the earth. And when you also look at the Bible, if the Bible were to be made into a movie, you're going to have murder and war and adultery and rage and all of these things. Why is that important? Because, God wanted us to understand the truth of virtue versus vice, the truth of faith versus fear. What happens when you operate with God? What happens when you operate against God? And so if the Bible pulled punches, it still wouldn't be the most relevant book in history today. It wouldn't be that. It wouldn't have been able to stand the test of time. And so that's where our movies have to now step in, and we have to make films that are literally as vibrant and as visceral as the Bible. That's the foundation of our faith. And I think a film like this has that possibility to do that.